Python programming language has over 60 built-in functions to help you code more efficiently. In this video, we will discuss the function static method. Hi, Python developers. Today we're talking about the static method function, a tool for defining methods that don't depend on class or instance specific data. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to use static method, when to use it, and how it can make your code more organized and efficient. Let's dive in. What is static method? It's a built-in function that transforms a method into a static method. Here's the syntax. Static method with function as a parameter. The function parameter is the method that you want to be converted into a static method. The result is a static method which can be accessed using the class or its instances without any additional arguments like self or CLS. Why use static method? It's ideal for methods that perform a task independently of the class or instance. Key concepts include no instance required. Static methods don't access or modify class or instance attributes. Reusable logic. They are used to group utility or helper functions within a class for organizational purposes. And direct access. Static methods can be called directly on the class or an instance without needing self or CLS. So you'd use static method function when a method doesn't need access to class or instance attributes, when you want to group related functionality within a class for better organization, and when you're avoiding global functions, but you're needing similar utility like behavior within a class context. Let's start with the basic example of defining and using a static method. Here, the add method is defined as a static method using the @staticMethod decorator. It can be called directly on the class without creating an instance. You can also define a static method explicitly using the static method function. In this example, static method is used to explicitly mark the add method as static. Static methods are great for utility functions that logically belong to a class but don't interact with its data. Here, isPositive is a utility function for validation, and it doesn't need to access any class data. Let's compare static methods with class methods to highlight their differences. Here we have the class example. It has one static method and one class method. Then we call both methods. We see that the static methods are independent of the class, while class methods receive the class itself as the first argument. Here are some important points about static method. Use the static methods for functionality that doesn't require access to class or instance data. They improve code organization by grouping related functions within a class. And if you need access to the class, use a class method instead. And that's the static method function. To recap, it defines methods that don't depend on the class or instance. Use static methods for utility functions that logically belong to a class. And they help keep your code clean and organized. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Python tips. Happy coding!